group 2. So let's introduce ourselves first. My name is Nur Ami Ishira binti Muhammad Zani. My ID number is K145B2.
My name is Putri Nur Suzana binti Abdul Hamid. My matrix number 314687.
My name is Nur Alina binti Mahati. My matrix number is 314803.
My name is Nur Aina Badrisha and my matrix number is 309493.
My name is Anshani Chusman, anak perempuan Adnan Syarif. My matrix number is 313158.
Okay guys, so for our center, I think we need to find, we need to understand the problem and find the roots of the problem why cyberbullying happen. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so for me, cyberbullying has becoming booming issue amongst the students. Why this happen? This like cyberbullying happen due to the much uses of social media, messaging platform and others. And for me, students who deal with the cyberbullying, they will expose with the hate speech, the harassment, the threats, and also the bad rumors about that. Okay, so we can see in here, this is the cases in Malaysia.
Yes, I mean, that's all true. So the problem is there are two articles that we find which is about cyberbullying cases in Malaysia. So we know that this is only not online cases, but it's worse because it's cyberbullying. So when we can see the first article from Malaysia cases, it shows that more than 10,000 cases among school students. So it shows that this thing is not a simple issue. And then the second article, there are 27% of school students that have been victim for the cyberbullying cases. So we know that the majority of the cyberbullying is from the school students. How about you guys?
Yeah, I agree. When you look at the data, you can see that the case of cyberbullying has increased over the years. I think this is because of could be because of the lack of awareness, and sometimes people don't know that what they are the bully. They don't know that they actually harassing someone online. They think it as a joke or something.
Yes, and as you can see that there's a lot of cases, like 10,000 of cases that are reported. But imagine what if the unreported case are reported, the case might be even skyrocketed. Yes,
That's true.
yes.
Okay, so who is affected from the cyberbullying? May I know? Anyone?
So there are four types of people that are affected, which is the first one is students who obviously the students who become the victim. So they are the main people who are affected because when the cyberbullying happens, they may feel sad, anxious, and they can impact their mental health, also their academic performance, and their confidence also, and their confidence and school performance also become worse, right? So, and the second one is parents and family. Why? It is because when they come go back to home, obviously they will go to their room only and not to go anywhere. So their family will become worried about their child. And then the third one is teachers and school administrators, which is they are responsible for handling the situation, because we know this is about the school students. So every day they go to the school. But when this thing happen, they may feel didn't want to go to the
not only can affect the victim, but family also affected
How is affected?
because when the victim is being bullied, they would most likely to isolate themselves and not talking to anyone. So that may cause the family to worry and feel stressed about the victim situations. So and in these cases, the parents they don't understand what happened to the victim because the victim they refuse to open up or tell their parents what's really happening. That is why the parents most likely will also affected from this cyberbullying.
Yes,
Yeah, because they didn't get at home because like a normal days and then when this thing happened, they quiet and obviously their families must be wonder why this thing happens. So yeah, their family will
I agree with Putri because sometimes they like scared of what parents might judge them or scold them if they express what they've been facing. So I think parents and families are also affected if cyberbullying happens.
I can see that.
Kim, can you move to the goals of the
Yeah. Can you tell me the important why we need to tackle the problem?
Yeah, cyberbullying is a serious case. So we need to tackle this problem because to make sure that the victim feels safe and can go their daily life like a normal person. Because and not only that, cyberbullying can also affect their academic performance. When this person are being bullied, they most likely to avoid attending school or they would not participate in class activities. So as a result, they will have a poor academic performance. What do you guys think?
I agree with Arya, but to solve this or achieve this goal, I think we have to look at those obstacles as well. So first of all, students are afraid to report incidents. It's because of the regulation from the bullies that they might face afterwards. And second, because of the lack of awareness about cyberbullying. Maybe some of the students are not exposed yet to what actually cyberbullying is. They might think that, oh, okay, maybe just a comment, a bad comment, just as a cyberbullying, not the other sides. And then, limited support systems in schools. Because in schools, students sometimes they don't tell directly to the teacher or the counselor, the discipline committee, but they choose to keep silent themselves. And the fourth one is difficulty in finding the anonymous families online. Because we know schools don't provide this kind of system in the school itself. And then the last but not least, no response from school management. Maybe because these cases not directly reach to the discipline committee, so they might not know and they might not solve it fastly. So that's all for me. What do you guys think?
I think there's a lot of obstacles that you have this. So from the obstacle that you have this, we have our own goals for why we need to achieve all of this and prevent cyberbullying of every student. So for our first goal is we are needed to create a safe digital environment for a student, because not only in our physical life that maybe we got bullying by other students, whether it's physical, but by making a safe digital environment, every student can use their phone and going online without having to worry about what they might face after that. And we also, by doing this, we can also reduce cyberbullying case in school. And so, furthermore, we can also improving reporting and response mechanism like Aina said. By making a reporting system, we can have every student report their case without having any worry or doubt. And yes, and we can also increase awareness of responsible online behavior by knowledge that they are needed in going online, in going social media, and we can also protect student mental health because mental health is really important and fundamental state so that every student can have a safe and safe place to going online without having any worry or afraid they might facing. Do you have anything to add?
I don't think so, but thank you for you guys for your idea. So after we already found the problem, the goals or obstacle, we need to find the possible solution that we can do to break the cyberbullying. I have some ideas. First one, I think the possible solution is school awareness campaign. We can conduct this campaign in school, like we can organize the seminars, the workshop, social media campaign, and also the educational program. Like we do the open-ended questions with the student to expose the student with the cyberbullying issues, so that they know this cyberbullying in their early stage, so that when they happen or deal with cyberbullying, they will know how to deal with themselves. And also, we can share with the student the online responsibility, how to use the social media well, so that they don't make a cyberbullying or they don't feel the cyberbullying. So, any of you guys have the other solution?
Yeah, I have the other solution. For your solution, I think it's suitable for this problem. So the other solution that I think is we can do the anonymous reporting system, which is we know that one of the biggest fear of the victim is they don't want to tell anyone about what happened to them, like what's their problem, who is bullying her, them, and then so we can develop a secure online platform where students can anonymously report cyberbullying cases. So by this platform, the victim can report anything they want and include the name or even the detail about the bully, and then what platform they're using for the cyberbullying and the proof that they can use. So this thing, by developing a secure or anonymous reports, this can be sent directly to the counselors or department, school department, which is a discipline department. So this removes the fear of some students that don't want to tell the problem or these cases. So this team can help the school department to investigate and act faster to know who and then to solve this problem. So
Yeah, I think your solution is very great, and Amin's solution is also great about the campaign awareness, because I think it's very practical, because awareness, school is the place where we can spread awareness. But I think for me the best solution is a counseling session, because the victim, most of the victim, they have no one to talk to. So the school, every school, they have a counselor, and the counselor can provide emotional support for the victim and help the victim go through their feeling and help them to understand why they feel this way and everything. So and because the victim, they most likely won't open up to their friends and family. So it's like the school's counselor is the only choice. The professional counselor is the only choice for them to express their feelings. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree with Arya, because some students also face like they are from a family, or sometimes they have academic problems, but they are scared to tell their parents or their parents are busy. But But I would like to add on solution two, which is a universal the system. So this setup functions as a secure digital platform. For example, like Google Form, where students can report any incident online or anytime they want. And for me, this once submitted, it was strictly to the committee or the counselor, so their identity is also hidden, and the info of the bully can reach to them more fastly. So what do you think?
I agree with all of you, but I want to add on counseling service. So like Aina said, some students are having broken family or are afraid to speak out. But sometimes it's not like they are afraid to speak out. They want to speak out. But sometimes if they express their feeling to their friend, maybe they listen, but they cannot do anything. So they can only listen. So if they want to report to trusted adult, sometimes not every adult are kind or free, yes, and some of them are strict. So maybe you try to reach out to them, but maybe they scold you, they turn you down. So you don't have anyone to talk to. So all you have is your teachers or counselor. So you can go to counselor and have a face-to-face talk with the counselor, and I'm sure that they will help you.
Yeah, it's more effective.
Yes.
It's a good idea for our possible solution. So we need to decide what the decide what criteria that we need to choose.
Okay, here I have some idea. I think the most important when we have solution, but we need to find the criteria. I think the best we need the criteria that we need is the cost. Why? Because some schools have limited budget, and they also some schools are maybe small. They do not have enough money and budget to apa? Sorry, to make solution for that. Because when we want to do the possible solution, we need to be financially manageable. Because because the budget we cannot use much budget for that. Okay? Because not every school have the enough money for that. Okay? What do you guys think for the other criteria?
Yeah, I think that's a good criteria about the cost, but and then the other criteria is effectiveness, which is the solution is effectively reduce cyberbullying incidents and protect students from harms, which is we not like campaign. We don't that campaign is only for the aftermath is the cyberbullying. So we need to think how to reduce the cyberbullying cases in the school among our school students. So this effectiveness needs to be in our discussions. Yeah. So what do you guys think about other
I
criteria?
agree with you. The effectiveness is the best criteria because what's the point if the solution is cheaper or practical, but the issue is not solved. So that's why when we try to find a solution, we need to find the most effective one so that this problem can be solved. Right? Yes. What do you think?
I agree with what you said just now, which is effectiveness. But for me, I would choose practicality as a main criteria to solve this problem. Why so? Because since schools have fixed schedules, so any solution that we choose must be easy to implement anytime, without disrupting any learning. And also, we have to implement this by existing resources, since I just mentioned some schools don't have a fixed budget or a specific budget to solve this problem. So what do you think?
Yes, I agree with all of you. Every criteria is important for us to move forward for our project. But for me, the most important one is negotiation. Yes, and
So it's suitable for a long term, right?
yes. So like without the budget, like even if you ask me to do something, if you don't pay me, why would I do that?
But we can choose the suitable, right?
Yes.
Suitable possible solution.
Yes.
That we can match for this criteria.
What do you think about the sustainability criteria?
I think it's very important because it provides long-term benefits. And because this issue cyberbullying, we don't want to solve this problem for today and for tomorrow. We want this to go long in the future, and we want this to be completely solved. Right.
I agree, because for our effort, our cost, our budget are thrown into that specific project, but if it not sustained into a long term, then it has burned our effort and everything.
Alright, thank you everyone. So let's move it to we need to find the pros and cons for our solution and the criteria. And okay, as for me, like criteria which is school campaign awareness. Okay, let's see the one by one criteria. Before the cost, the pros is for school campaign, this is the lower cost to organize the workshop because we just do the workshop and campaign in the school, right? Okay, but for the consequences, we need to require the continuous funding for material and event because when we do the workshop, we need to have a material to make a workshop and others. So we need the money for the continuous money. Okay, what do you guys think for the anonymous system for the cost?
For the anonymous reporting cost, for the criteria, one is cost, right? So the cost is obviously low to moderate cost after setup because okay, the first thing first we need to do is the campaign for the and then the setup before the system, right? So after that we don't need any cost that we need to do about this anonymous reporting system. But the cons is we need to do the maintenance cost. Like we need to update the system and then we need to hire some IT, right? Okay. So this is requires continuous funding for materials and events. So the other one is about counseling services. What do you think, Arina?
I think for the solution counseling services, for the criteria one, which is cost, I think it's a very good solution because all school they already had a
can prevent it. And for the consequences, students know the information provided when we give a talk to them. Maybe they will listen today, but in others day, in coming day, they will forget about it. Okay. Let's see for the other solution for the anonymous reporting system. What do you think, Putri?
For the anonymous reporting system, I think the effectiveness is because at the end of the day, our primary goal is wants to reduce the cyberbullying cases, right? So when the pros is we can encourage victims to report cyberbullying safely because they don't need to introduce themselves with this system. So they just need to report it and prove that they have been cyberbullying, right? So, but the cons is false report may occur because I said just now that they no need to put their name, right? So maybe there are several people that just want to play with this system, right? So they just make a fake report and then like it can be for mistake, right?
It's a joke, right?
Yeah, because this is a serious thing. So we
This
need to
become
become
the
the
truth, right? I see your idea. Okay, Arina, can you give me the counseling service for the effectiveness?
Yeah, for the counseling service, it can help the student to recover from the harassment. But actually, it doesn't really prevent the cyberbullying. It only useful after the cyberbullying already happened. So it's like a benefit to the counselor can help the student to recover emotionally, but we're here talking about how to prevent the cyberbullying.
Yes,
So the
correct.
counseling can help the victim,
it
but
is
it doesn't-
after the
yeah,
cyberbullying
it's
happened,
after-
right?
Yes, it cannot prevent the cyberbullying.
Yeah, right. Because the main goal is reducing the cyberbullying cases. So
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move it to the T3, which is practicality. Okay, so anyone can you give me can you give us the school campaign awareness?
So thank you for asking. I would like to elaborate more on school campaign awareness first. So yeah, for sure it's easy contributing in schools through system programs. However, the participation may be low if students are interested. So we as teachers cannot just force them to join the talk show or the campaign. So this is quite difficult to help them because we are as teachers sometimes the amount of teachers are not enough to monitor each of the students whether they want to join or not. And then as for anonymous reporting system, as I mentioned earlier, it's easy for students to access it online, but it requires technical support and monitoring. So sometimes as what you mentioned earlier, the cases might be a fake one. So we don't have people to trace this, to track this, whether this is accurate or this is a true case. So the cons, I think, is more can be seen more obvious than the pros itself. What do you think?
Yes, I agree with that. Even though anonymous reporting system have a good side, but it also has downside, which is require technical support and monitor system like what we have mentioned just now. Maybe if, like I said earlier, if you don't have budget, and maybe you need to hire someone that have a low knowledge about it, so you might somehow destroy the system itself, or not actually monetize it. And for the counseling service, it can be integrated into existing student support service, which every school have the department for that and already have a rule for it. So all we need to do is have a counselor for the problem. But the problem is they are limited by counselor
practicality, what do you think?
I think anonymous reporting system as well, since it's easier for students to access.
Thank you. Okay, let's move it to criteria 4, which is sustainability. Okay, so I'm sorry, can you give me the school awareness certificate for the pros and cons?
For pros or school campaign awareness, we can promote a long-term positive online behavior. So we, like you say, right, we have a professional talk to give them a talk, and they can have them talk like what's the important, why it's like that, like what we are discussing about. So for the con is they are needed a regular campaign to remain it effectively. So sometimes for needed professional to come to our school, we need the budget for it. But for sustainability, it's really hard. And for the anonymous reporting system, it can be operated continuously with regular maintenance. Like I say, have a good IT department for monitoring the system, and so that it can be directed to the
I agree with you.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
For
correct.
the consequences, I'm sorry.
But for the consequences, like I say, it's require ongoing system updating and monitoring. So, like I said earlier, if we don't have a good IT department, it's really hard for us to keep maintaining the system.
I agree with Aishani about the school campaign awareness, since it promotes a long-term positive behavior. However, it can be guaranteed if that person will remember it, will maintain how disciplined he or she is. And I would like to say about accessibility regarding counseling services. So, for the pros, it provides ongoing support for services, since in many schools the courses are provided already. So this is, of course, it will be ongoing, since from years to years the courses will be replaced, but it will have a specific department there. However, the course is long-term success depends on sufficient staff and resources. As Anjali mentioned just now, some schools they don't have the enough amount of counselors to conduct this, because a counselor they will handle a specific case, but they also have other things. Sometimes they also teach students, they also have to join and talk on the program outside. So because of this, we have to pay more and more counselors or any other person that
What needs to add on other concern, right?
Okay, yeah, thank you for the pros and cons for the each possible solution. Okay, Putri, can you give me the best solution you can choose?
For me, I think the best solution for all the three solution is obviously anonymous reporting system, because school students can report any problem without fear, right? So what do you guys think?
Yeah,
You guys support with my
yes, I support your
Anonymous reporting system is the best solution.
So we can take the anonymous reporting system as our solution, right? So next we go to the implementation phase. So right now we have three phases. For the first one is planning and development. The second one is awareness and training. And then the third one is system launch and monitoring. Alright, so we go to the
Okay, thank you for the implementation plan. For the next one is
Can you explain the phase one, what you need to do?
first of all, we need to have the SRC to prepare a proposal for the anonymous reporting system to give to the school management or department to review and approve the proposal. Is for the second part. And the third part is IT department need to develop the anonymous reporting, like using an online reporting
yes, that's the
form.
most important part.
Yes, like a Google form, because it's right? So it's
Yeah.
focused like you say, right? Okay. And moving to the phase 2, the awareness and training. We need to train the teachers and counselor and also the students leader and also the students. We need to talk to them about how to use the anonymous reporting system. Okay. For the second part is we need to conduct awareness campaign about the cyberbullying. Then the third one, teach students about how to use the reporting system. Okay, Putri, can you give me the system launch and monitoring for the phase 3?
Alright, for the system launch and monitoring, the first thing first we need to launch the reporting system after we have already give the awareness and training. For the awareness and training, for this we have already a possible solution about campaign, but we include in this awareness and campaign, right? Okay. So we move to the system launch and monitoring. So we launch and the reporting system, and then moreover, students can submit a report anonymously, which is they don't have to put their name, just report what happened to them. So and then discipline commit reviews report weekly, which is the discipline department can review the reports that they got weekly. So and then need to take action against the offenders. So and then the victims are referred to counseling services when they need it. So when they got the problem, they know that who is do the bullying. So it's conclude the system launch and monitoring.
Okay, Arina, can you give me the person in charge at our phase?
For the proposal to question, the person in charge is student representative council, and school IT department is responsible to develop the system to report the case anonymously. And then the discipline committee is responsible in monitoring the report, so they have to take note for every report. And then school counselor is for student support. They have to give a counseling session for emotional support. And then the teacher and student are responsible to spread awareness about the cyberbullying, the effects and the dangers and everything.
Anyone want to add on?
So to support our chosen solution. So as we see here, the budget is very realistic, and of course it's affordable for a school to implement this. So for first, of course, Google Form is free for everyone. So we need to hire, and the student also can just report it right away. And then training materials is 150. For awareness posters and campaigns, about 200. And then the